Well, g'day guys, welcome to the channel, and today we're getting back to a cassette deck that I was on much earlier. Now, here's up there, there's a link to the original video. You may have seen this one coming up for just a general service, and then we had hassles with the deck. We had hassles then with our cam gear. Now, I'll show you some close-up pictures of all this, of what I did to resurrect this thing, and well, hopefully it's going to work. I'm not real sure whether this is going to be a permanent fix. I think it will be. I think we did okay with this. So now it's a matter of putting this deck together. This happened, I don't know, a couple of months ago, I suppose, and my noggin doesn't retain noggin. It's a term for your head, by the way. So I was just used. And we looked at this a couple of months ago, 2 or 3 months ago, and yes, it got pulled to pieces, and we had to strip the deck down to get this out, to straighten a lever, so forth. And if you want to see it, well, go back to the first video where I show you the servicing of it and pulling it apart. But anyway, the job now is probably for me to go through my videos and play some of them backwards to work out how all this goes together. It shouldn't be too bad. It's a very straightforward little tape deck. At the front, no problems. We didn't have any of this apart. The back, yes, we've got a couple of levers, a couple of capstan wheels, this little cam gear, of course, and some other, small levers and so forth. Okay, enough of the talking. Let's get on and see if we can get this together and working perfectly as a tape deck, as it should. It's about time we got this thing back together. This modification was done, well, a few months ago, actually. And because of the health problems and everything there's with Kimmy, I'd sort of got waylaid a bit. But anyway, here's the front panel. It's for the DN770R. Okay, tape deck. And well, as you've probably seen the series, or continuing the series, this is what we did. We put some, we built this cam gear up with some JB Weld. Now, I'm pretty sure this is going to work okay. So, don't know, but anyway, that's what I've done. And as you probably saw, it broke in there. Well, it broke in there, and our little arm kept cruising straight across this instead of going up and around it. So filled with JB, that is as hard as a rock. That is harder than what the nylon is. So hopefully this will all work okay. The only bit I've got to do is put this thing together. Yeah. Only I've got to remember where everything goes. So there could be a bit of switching backwards and forwards on videos here, and pictures and everything else. So I'm not going to bore you with the details of putting it together. That's one of our capstans there, and that's just a little peg, and we've got a little washer there that goes on. We've got a circlip, obviously, that holds various pieces on. Okay, so that's the old belt, by the way, not the new one. And well, this one I think, is where the problem was. It was this arm, or this lever, and it kept bending this little arm here. Now, hopefully, he's all okay. Just got a bit of rubbish on him there. If this breaks off, there's a real problem. I sort of really be very difficult to fix it then. Maybe a bit of silver soldering or something like that with this fella. But anyway, I'm going to attempt now to put this thing together. This little arm runs down somewhere in there, and the cam gear and everything goes in here. So I'm going to work out a sequence. I will show you step by step what I do and get this thing together, and I'm very confident that it's going to work, providing I can get it back together, as I said. Right, we seem to have our cam gear in. I've put some white poly grease on it, some plastic grease, as we call it, and yeah, everything seems to be running as it should. Goes around like so, clicks there, clicks there, goes on the inside. Now go back this way. Now what makes this now if this is held in, this pulls in. No, if that pulls in there and pulls that fella towards the centre. I'm just trying to see what how we get this going in the centre, but it all appears to be working as it should. Now, what pushes that over to this, to there? I don't know. We'll nearly have to get this going to find out what's going on. But that all looks good. Hopefully. Okay. We'll get it together. We'll make sure that our assembly here is, yeah, that switches that over. Okay. So now he goes into the centre, comes back there on our little modified piece there, and cruises across to the outside. I'm pretty sure everything's right. Okay, we'll get a couple of capstans in, put the motor on it, and we'll put some power, and then just see, can we change sides? Well, really, I think we have to put this back in the deck, but we can do most of this. I'm pretty sure we can work out that everything is right with it. Okay, well, it's all back together. Belts on. We've got to solder some tags on, some little wires here onto the motor. They solder on directly. And then, well, we can't test this, but I'm pretty sure it's right. But it's got to go in the unit before we can fully test it. Okay, I'll solder these up, we'll get it in the unit, and I'll come back when we're ready to turn it on. He's all in. There was only 4 screws on this, so I didn't record that. Motor soldered up. So now it's a matter of getting this thing back onto the front of the deck and getting some switches through the front. Now there's a switch here. I don't know. I don't think they have to go on first. I can't remember how I pulled it apart. But anyway, here we go. There's one here that's got the power switch. It's just got to be lifted up a little bit. There we go. In there. And now, how are we going, guys? I think we're just about in. 2 screws either end in here, and then this front assembly is on, and then this one goes over the front of it. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that all these knobs can all go on last. Not real sure about this one. I think so. These fellas, yeah, I think they go on. They can actually go on now. Okay. Okay, we'll get a couple of screws in here on either end and then work out what the next thing is. I'll come back shortly. Righto, guys. Well, here's the front on it. This is only a ground wire for the front panel. Everything else, well, it's put together. It's only a matter of the head wires, this ribbon cable, a couple of grounds to each deck, and hope that it works. Okay, here we go. Now, plug him in, turn him on. Okay, we're on. Well, that's good. That's a good start. Okay. Tape in this deck. Play. Playing. Okay. So far, so good. Auto reverse. Yes, it plays back the other way. I'm liking this. This is the deck that wasn't working. Okay. Stop. Works. Fine. Guys, our modification with JB Weld might have worked. Here we go. Plays. Yep. Auto reverse. Yep. No problem. Wow. Okay, let's see what we got in the audio. Gee whiz, I can't believe that deck's working. So there you go. JB Weld got us out of problems there. Now, my amplifier. So, in. Where's out on this fella? Okay. And we'll also do in, because we will be checking the recording. Okay. I'll turn my amplifier on tape monitor. I don't know what's out anyway. We'll try it. And it works. And it plays back the other way. How about that? So that deck is working okay. Obviously I can't play as much of this tape. Copyright problems. We don't need them. Okay, this is the one that didn't work. And that's playing. Reverse. And she works. Well, that's great, guys. That modification seems to be working, no problems at all. There we go. She's working. I'm going to put no, I'm not going to put the front panel on this yet. I'm going to set the playback speed with our alignment tape. So I'll get my oscilloscope, we'll hook it up, and we'll put a kilohertz tone test tape in here and adjust our motors to the 1 kilohertz output, so that we get the correct speed to start with, and then we'll check the recordings. Okay, good news so far, guys. Now, got the oscilloscope set up. We're just having a look at the waveform, and it'll tell me the frequency. I'll actually turn the menu off so you can see it. And I'm just hooked into the line output of the tape deck. What I'm using to align it is our good old Realistic. I've had this one a while. Audio alignment tape. That's what's on it. And yeah, it's great. It just works. And so far I haven't had it near any magnets, but yeah, I shouldn't be saying that. I'll accidentally put it down somewhere. But anyway, here we go. All right, we press play. There's our signal, 942. Now that's a 1 kilohertz, so it's slightly slow. Up here. Yes. Okay, guys. There is another, because this is a 2-speed motor. I was forgetting this. There's a pot just up behind the panel here, and we can adjust him here. So we're on 942, 56, 59, 60, 80, 1 kilohertz. Take it back just that little bit. 1.01 and 997. If can I 999 1.002. That's pretty close to me. All right, that's it. That's that side done. Okay. Let's get this side and play. There we go. 953 we're on. Now I'll just adjust. There's 2 little pots just behind the panel here. 975, 980, 983, 1 kilohertz, 1.001. That's as close as I can get it. So there it is. We're on flutter. Yeah, it's a little bit there, but not too bad. I'm pretty happy with that. That's a pretty good waveform for a cassette player. So 110029999. So yeah, she's right. Okay. Now we'll come back over to this side again. We'll just make sure that this one is working, and 1.006. Yeah, ample's good enough. Okay, guys, that's pretty well it. Now I'm also going to do just an alignment on the heads. Just going to have a look and just see what a lot of this I do by ear. Yes, there's heaps of ways you can do it complicated, and yeah, way more than what I want to go into at the moment. But anyway, let's have a look. Okay guys, now what we've got set up here is a 5 kilohertz signal on the alignment tape. Now I'm just going to adjust our head azimuth for peak signal. Okay, we can see how that makes a difference, and we're just going for peak there. That's it there. That's that one done. Let's do the other one. And we'll see if we can, just a matter of getting to this fella. Okay, you can see there, and peak right there. That's it. Okay, done. That's the only alignment I'm doing with this tape deck at the moment. And as I said, look at that. Isn't it beautiful? I wish we could still, yeah, get stuff like this, but I suppose we can, but yeah, back in the day, and that's what's on it. Okay. That's it. And it's a Fujitsu tape, or a Fuji tape rather, and that's the tape itself. Back in the day, that's what we used to use, and of course still using it. Just a matter of keeping it safe, and I wrap mine in tin foil when I'm finished with it, so nothing gets thrown in the drawer where it is that's anything to do with magnetism or anything like that. Otherwise, kiss this tape goodbye. Okay, what now guys? We're all going. Probably I'll put the front doors on, which are not sure of those. They just actually clip on. They're clip-ons. There we go. These are a lovely machine. I wasn't thinking that when I there we go. When I was trying to work out what I'm doing with the cam gear on this, but as you've seen, well, we fixed the cam gear with with good old epoxy. So there you go. Now guys, we've got a little bit of music going in the background there, and we won't play too much of that, certainly not. And pause record, we'll press play record again. It's recording. reset the counter, and we're recording there. And we can see our input levels there, and they're all set by here. Now, something I didn't say when I was setting the speed, there's a speed pot here for deck A and deck B. I had those at 12 o'clock, okay, right in the centre. So we've got, you can adjust the speed on this thing, which I guess for pitch reasons and things, but they're a nuisance. It'd be good if they could be switched off altogether, but they're not. They're actually, in. So anyway, we're still recording there. We shall go back and let's have a listen to see if it recorded. And I've gone past it now. Okay, let's see what it recorded. And that was just me mucking around initially. And there we go there. Yeah, and that's recording pretty well actually. I'll just keep talking while the end of this. Yeah, there we go.
With Lou and Josh.
And yeah, that's beautiful. That's going nicely. So we'll try deck 2. I had to keep talking to stop the copyright from cutting in. Okay, we'll go back to the beginning. We'll go there and play record, and we'll just turn our music in the background down a little bit, otherwise we will get a strike. A little bit high there, but not too bad. This little unit's going pretty nicely. JB Weld. Who would have thought we could fix up a cam gear with JB Weld? If you've got one of these, well, it will probably be the same or a very similar fault, because those levers, they really, that grease goes like a rock. It goes hard, and once that lever jams, well, the next thing that's going to break will be the cam gear. Okay, we'll stop this, we'll rewinding, and we'll play there, and we'll have a listen, and we're on tape monitor there, and that's recording very nicely. As you can see, we can pause, we can stop that, play, and perfect. Okay, so that's working really nice. Okay, I might record this whole tape. It's a record test tape, just a standard TDK. I'm sorry if my microphone goes muffled every now and again. It's not in the usual position. Okay, play, and of course we can dub high speed from A to B. You can pretty well do just about everything with this. Nice little deck. Let's get the top on him and let's wrap it up. Well guys, there we are. Denon, a DN770R. What a tape deck. And well, it's going lovely. It's going very well. So there you go, JB Weld fixed up our little cam gear. Hope you've learnt something from this one. I certainly did. First time I've ever done that, and it worked well. It's going perfectly. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the series. A little bit longer with this one, of course. All my videos are a little bit longer, aren't they? If you like the videos, give us a thumbs up, and yeah, it just helps the channel, helps spread the word. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe now. If you hit the bell, that'll notify you the next time I put the next video up, which will be quite a few this month. I've got lots and lots of things happening. Now I've got my wife, Kimmy, back to good health after her operation. Gives me more time in the shed, and yeah, keep pumping these out. So, okay, until next time, thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.